The trial of Sean P. Diddy Combs is currently underway, and I wanted to provide some key astrological insights you could pay attention to. So let's get into it. Now, many of us are very familiar with this story, and if you don't know, Sean Diddy Combs is being trialed with sexual assault, sexual trafficking, and I believe racketeering. And a lot of this stems from a long past of essentially abusing power in a sexually perverted way. There's more to say about this in regards to him being the fall man for this type of lifestyle. Let's not forget that at some point around the mid 2010s, the Me Too movement started, where the same accusations were made against multiple other people all throughout the entertainment industry. Sean Diddy Combs is unfortunately the scapegoat. Not unguilty, but I think it's important to point out he isn't the first to do this. And I also have to point out, and I think anybody who watched Making the Band growing up, the world and media enabled his power tripping. Not exactly what he did, but to some extent, they enabled it. Diddy parties is a global word that comes with understanding of what occurs there. It also kind of holds a prestige of people wanting to attend or have wanted to attend a Diddy party. I just want to point those things out first. Astrologically, we look at the start of his trial. And on the start date, we can surmise some things. We can take a look at, how things may play out or what energies are really going to be prominent during this thing. And the interesting thing that stands out for me is I'll start with Jupiter in Gemini. Jupiter in Gemini, I think, has been a huge catalyst for the expansion of all of this. Gemini deals with the media and how we all get our news and all of that. So if you really look at it, since Jupiter's been in Gemini, there's been a whole firestorm of media storylines, whether it be from Trump becoming president, a fellow Gemini, the war in Gaza, Kendrick and Drake, all of this contributes to Jupiter and Gemini. For Diddy, this doesn't bode too well or hasn't boded too well because he is a Virgo moon. And this Jupiter and Gemini came in squaring his natal Virgo moon. This transit has manifested for Diddy in the sense where his private deeds from the past have got blown up through the media, specifically that video with Cassie, but there's so much more, right? So Jupiter square moon has really amplified a lot of his inner turmoil. I would also say that it's probably dimmed some of his belief. If you pay close attention, before all the allegations came out, Diddy was on a redemption tour of like, please forgive me, okay? The Jupiter square moon has really seen a lot of this come to the forefront. I also want to say with this that it just so happened that when the trial began, the moon was in Virgo, just about to mirror this square again. And ultimately what this shows is that he's going to be tried by a jury of his peers. And at this point, there isn't going to be anyone on this jury who isn't aware of who this man is, and more importantly, that probably hasn't seen the footage or heard the stories attached to this. So although the law tries to find the best jurors who won't be influenced, we can pretty much look at that Jupiter square moon that logically people's minds are already made up about who this guy is. I just want to point out here in the past that maybe if we go back and examine the Rodney King case and when it started and what transits were there, that we could also surmise then that maybe those cops would have gotten away with it because of what I'm bringing up now, the influence of the media and overall collective thinking. We are more aware and exposed to things regarding people, which greatly influences our decisions. Okay. Next thing to pay attention with Diddy's chart, I find so interesting, is that the transiting South Node is in Virgo, and it is conjuncting his natal Pluto, which is currently being opposed by Saturn and trying to Uranus. And if we really look at it, this kind of just shows one is guilty of the things being accused of, because this one, it occurred in his past. Like I said, there's been years and years of hearsay and evidence about what was going on. It's just now that the light is being shined upon it. So we can look at the South Node conjunct Pluto is your past plutonic deeds coming back to, be reckoned and all of that. And then just giving a little bit more insight that, remember, the nodes recently moved into Pisces and Virgo. So before this, they were in Libra and Aries, which, when all of this was coming out, that South Node was going over his natal Venus and Jupiter in Libra. Okay. So then we take a look at in real time, Mercury conjunct Chiron right here in Aries. Aries represents our individuality. In this case of like legal stuff, it would be your ability to prove your innocence. And as I stated before, Mercury's a little compromised right now because it's connected to the media, and the media is against you. So even if you had the complete gift of gab and could actually persuade people with your words, there's still a whole host of other factors that just kind of equivalate to no one's rooting for you. And then when we bring in the Libra aspect of it, it's like you'll be dealt with fairness, or in a manner in which you dealt with others. And one more thing, this just serves as another reminder. I'm going to put out a video, you guys check it out, that this is the end of celebrity worship, celebrity culture. And from here on out, people are once again going to be given the opportunity to make wise decisions regarding how to use their own power and influence. Remember, the power is a lot more with the people than it was years ago, and it'll continue to be. All right. So this is my interpretation of Diddy's upcoming trial. Check out my website, GeminiBrown.com. I got a spring sale going on. I'd love to connect with you guys. Until next time.